The Raiders are falling apart right before our eyes, and if these 5 critical changes aren't made, the season could be over before it even starts. Raider Nation, the team we love is struggling, and a lot of fans are asking the same question: what's going wrong? The truth is, it's not just the players on the field. Coaching decisions are being questioned every game, and right now, it seems like stubborn plans and ego trips are holding the team back. Take a look at the Giants, for example. They had a plan to start Russell Wilson at quarterback, but it wasn't working. Instead of sticking to the plan for pride's sake, they switched to Jackson Dart. That move wasn't just smart. It shows the power of learning from mistakes and doing what's best for the team now and in the future. And that's exactly what the Raiders need to do. In this video, we're going to break down the 5 key changes the Raiders must make before their next game against the Bears. Changes that could completely turn the team around, improve performance, and finally start playing the football Raider fans expect. Stay tuned, because the first one is the most obvious and most critical move the Raiders need to make immediately. Alright, Raider Nation, let's get to the first and most critical change, the one that could immediately fix the offense. Jackson Powers Johnson, or JPJ, needs to start at center. No debate, no second guessing. Last season, when JPJ was at center, the Raiders' offensive line was solid. In fact, they ranked 7th in pass protection and 16th in run blocking. The line was moving, the plays were working, and the team was finally able to run the football effectively. But this season? It's a disaster. The coaching staff decided to move JPJ to guard and put Jordan Meredith at center. And the numbers don't lie. Last season, running behind JPJ at center, the Raiders averaged 4.28 yards per carry. This season, with Meredith at center, it dropped to just 2.17 yards per carry. That's a massive decline. It's clear the plan isn't working. The offensive line isn't protecting the quarterback as well, the running game is struggling, and the team is missing the chemistry they had with JPJ at center. The lesson here is simple: don't fix what isn't broken. JPJ proved he could make the offense better. Moving him away from center has made things worse. Raider Nation, if the team wants to compete and start winning games, JPJ has to be back at center, starting immediately. This isn't just about one player. It's about restoring what worked last season and giving the Raiders a chance to succeed. Now, Raider Nation, the second change the Raiders must make is getting the ball out faster. And this one is critical because it affects everything: the passing game, the offensive rhythm, and even how the line performs. Right now, Geno Smith is holding the ball too long. Why? Part of it is the offensive line. They aren't giving him enough time to make plays because protection isn't consistent. But part of it is also play design. The routes are taking too long to develop, and it's clear that Chip Kelly and Britton Carroll aren't fully on the same page. The stats back this up. The Raiders rank first in average time to throw at 3.3 seconds, but here's the catch: they also rank first in most pressures under 3 seconds at 39. That means Geno is trying to buy time, looking for open receivers, while defenders are already in his face. The result? Pressure, sacks, and lost opportunities. The solution is simple, but it requires coordination. Plays need to be faster. Timing between the quarterback and receivers must be sharper. And the offensive line has to be aligned with the QB's needs so they can protect him long enough to make clean throws. Raider Nation, if the Raiders fix this, the passing game opens up, the offense flows, and Geno can finally do what he does best: make smart, effective plays without constantly being under fire. This is a fix that could immediately change the team's momentum. Alright, Raider Nation, let's move on to the third critical change: the use of Tyreek Wilson. Tyreek had a fantastic offseason. Every player, agent, and even his own coach agrees he's improved, stronger, and ready to make a bigger impact on the field. His skill set is perfect for the defensive tackle role, yet the Raiders aren't using him correctly. Here's the problem: he's underused. So far this season, Tyreek has only played 74 snaps, which is just 42% of defensive snaps. Week by week, his usage drops further. Week 2 only 14 snaps, Week 3 just 22. For a player with this potential, that's a huge missed opportunity. Why does this matter? Because properly using Tyreek Wilson at defensive tackle strengthens the run defense, helps control the line of scrimmage, and gets the most out of a player who clearly has talent to offer. Right now, the coaching staff is putting him in the wrong position too often, which wastes his impact. The Raiders need to fix this immediately. Put Tyreek in his natural role, give him more snaps, and watch the defensive line become stronger, more disruptive, and better at stopping opposing offenses. Raider Nation, this isn't just about one player. It's about maximizing talent and finally getting the defense to perform like it should. Raider Nation, the fourth change the Raiders need to make is limiting Coun's role. When the Raiders signed him to a one-year, $12 million deal, expectations were high. Everyone thought he would be a game-changer on the defensive line. But the reality? Coun has struggled. This season, he's played 81 snaps, just 43% of defensive plays, and according to PFF, he's the worst defensive end in the NFL right now with a 37.7 grade. His performance has been reckless at times, grabbing face masks, missing assignments, and failing to pressure the quarterback. Right now, putting him on the field consistently hurts the team more than it helps. So what's the solution? Use him only in situational plays, like passing downs where his pass rushing skills might still be effective. Sit him on early downs or running situations until he proves he can perform at a higher level. This isn't about hating on the player. It's about protecting the team and making smarter decisions on the field. If the Raiders implement this change, it immediately reduces mistakes, strengthens the defense, and allows other players who are performing well to take more responsibility. Raider Nation, sometimes the smartest move isn't playing your most expensive player. It's playing the players who give the team the best chance to win. Raider Nation, the fifth and final change the Raiders need to make is fixing Isaiah Pola-Mao's role. Right now, he's being misused as a free safety. That's not his natural position. He's a box or strong safety. And the results are clear. His performance has dropped dramatically, and according to PFF, he's currently graded as the worst safety in the NFL with a 29.9 rating. Why is this happening? It's not because Isaiah can't play. It's because the coaches aren't using him correctly. They put him in a role that doesn't suit his strengths and haven't added a true free safety to fill the gap. Think of it like baseball. Imagine a player who's a consistent .300 hitter batting in the 7th, 8th, or 9th spot. Instead of letting him do what he's best at, getting on base, the coach tries to turn him into a power hitter and moves him up in the lineup. His performance drops to .200, and now the team is worse off. That's exactly what's happening with Pola-Mao. The Raiders need to either put him in the right role where he can succeed, or bring in a true free safety so he can focus on his strengths. Doing this will immediately improve the defense, reduce mistakes, and get the most out of a talented player who's been misused all season. Raider Nation, using players correctly isn't optional. It's essential if this team wants to compete. Fixing Pola-Mao's role could be the difference between losing and finally winning games consistently. Alright, Raider Nation, let's wrap this up and be clear about the 5 key changes the Raiders must make before the next game. Start JPJ at center. Restore the offensive line to what worked last season. Get the ball out faster, improve timing, protect Geno Smith, and reduce defensive pressure. Give more snaps to Tyreek Wilson. Use him correctly at defensive tackle to strengthen the run defense. Limit Coun. Put him in situational plays only to reduce mistakes and protect the defense. Correct Isaiah Pola-Mao's role. Put him in the right position, or add a true free safety, so the defense can function effectively. These 5 changes aren't just suggestions. They're essential if the Raiders want to compete and win games. Now, Raider Nation, here's the big question. Which change would you make first? Comment below and let us know. Your voice matters. Let's get this conversation started and make sure the Raiders hear us loud and clear.